She shuts up.
Are we recording?
Okay.
We're recording. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of
Real Unladylike.
Really quickly, we have to continue this because
I tried to catch the conversation,
I
but
didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if I should stay quiet or I didn't know what was going on.
No, we have to share that convo because Brit, we're talking about what we're going to wear for Pride. And I told Brit to bring a leather whip, and she's like, no, because if someone asks me to whip them, but girl, that's how it is at Pride.
I'm going to whip
Someone's
them.
going to see you with a whip, and they're going to be like, bitch, whip me. And
Yes.
you're going to do it. And we're
Yes.
all going to be cheering you on.
Yes.
I'm gonna do We're all going to be like, yeah.
people are going to be talking about our group.
Honestly.
I'm going to start charging everybody
We need
$1.
Oh my God, can we make stickers
For what?
before we go to Pride? Is it too late to
For
get
our
that started?
podcast?
Yes.
That's a good idea, but I'm going to be honest, I don't got the... One of you guys would have to do that. I don't got the time for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can ask somebody.
I just followed someone who does stickers. So let me, yeah.
That is a good idea.
I'll message her tomorrow.
And you know,
I'll message her
we're
tomorrow.
not shy.
I'm not a huge fan of our logo, but just for now, for the meantime, would be super cute. Okay.
Yeah.
I have whistles too. I bought whistles, so we could take a whistle
Yes.
each.
So
we
I
could be
am
like,
getting a whip.
yes.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
Amazon girl.
Anyway.
Anyway. Store. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right. Anyways,
I mean,
guys,
I have a, what is it called? A writing rod, or what is it called?
What's that?
now Marissa already having sex toys.
Well, we already know. If you guys have been listening to this podcast, you already know.
Leave it to Marissa.
I swear I haven't used it yet.
What's a rodding? What is that?
I think it's called a writing rod.
Writing?
It's like the whips, right?
But yeah.
But it's like an actual stick.
Yeah.
But it has a little thing at the end,
little-
like those,
yeah, a
the
little
flap.
tail,
It's like
or
a little
the
flap or
flap.
something.
Oh, yes, I know what
So
you're
it's
talking
like-
about. Ooh, that's cute.
But I don't know if I'm gonna risk losing it.
Oh, yeah, don't, because I probably
dead.
will lose
Like,
it. I
it's
plan
legit.
on drinking. Then, yeah, never mind.
Okay. Well,
It's okay. Thank you.
Next.
anyways, enough about that.
Stay tuned for the episode when we come back.
Honestly, I can't wait for that. So I don't know if you guys are really. So I saw this on Twitter. I don't really go on to I don't really watch the news or anything, but I guess this is more of like a social media thing. There's an influencer who I think it was her husband. They're getting divorced, getting a separation, and she basically told her husband, like, look, I need time to heal. I need time to myself. I need you to take the baby. I say baby, but I don't know how old their child is. Mm-hmm. So women all over social media, and I say women because I mostly saw women commenting on it, which is pretty upsetting, but
Like
women,
backlash?
yeah, women on social media were up in arms about it. Like, as a mother, why would you let your child? Why would you just leave your child? And
But who said
that
that
she's
she's leaving? But who
double
said that she's
standard.
leaving the child?
Here's the thing. To me, it's societal standards, right? Mm-hmm. You just automatically assume that the child is going to go with the mom, and I think that's in any situation, two parents are either not staying together or getting a divorce, you automatically assume the child's going to go with the mom. But that's just, again, because that's what society has ingrained in us.
But then that she could be benefiting her daughter for that. What if her mental health isn't right? What if they're getting a divorce for different reasons that really took a toll on her and she needs to regroup?
Right.
What is she like?
Right. And now they're backlashing on her.
Yeah.
And now how's she going to feel about that?
That is so irritating. I read people's comments on certain things on social media, and I'm like, you fucking ignorant ass
People are fucked up.
Like, I'm like,
They're heartless.
It's not even that. It's like you just automatically jump to conclusions like you know this person or you know this person's like life and what's going on. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh my God.
I try to give a little more grace on that end, because I feel like a lot of adults are just broken children who only know what they've been taught. Now, granted, as you become older, it's up to you to break the cycles and change your mindset and be more open about things. But, not everyone knows how to break out of the many years that it was ingrained in them where the mom stays with the child or, any other thing they've been taught, maybe like being gay is wrong or whatever they've been taught growing up. A lot of people, it's hard for them to break out of that.
And that also goes with, if you're going to stick with the same circle throughout your whole life, that's all you're going to know.
That's all you're going to know.
And if you're not going to expose yourself to other types of people who are going through different things in their life, then you're going to stay in this narrow-minded, mentality to where you're only going to think, oh, well, of course, the woman always has to take care of the kids.
Isn't that crazy? And then when a man takes over, it's like, oh my
God, you must be heaven sent. And it's like,
single dad.
Yeah.
Like for him playing his part,
that must be so hard for you.
Right. It's like, what about for us? What about women? We have a hard time.
Well, I don't got kids, but
I know the way Brit just looked at us right now, like, whoa.
It was just upsetting to me because, for example, in speaking for myself, you know, I have full custody of my son, and his dad has seen him maybe 4 times in his whole life. And when my son was younger, I would, you know, when I was just at my wit's end sometimes, because as a parent, you get like that. There's so many things going on in life that being a parent sometimes is like the last thing you want to do.
Right.
You know, not everyone's going to relate to that. I'm sure some people will judge me for that, but that's the truth of the matter for myself.
Yeah, I totally
sometimes
get it.
I'm fed the fuck up. Not because I don't love my child, but because it's fucking
you need a
hard.
break.
Yeah.
Thank you. You need a break sometimes.
It's a chance to breathe.
Exactly. So being that his dad's not in his life, my thought process sometimes was like, what if I just showed up to his doorstep and was like, here's your son, take care of him, and walked away?
Yeah.
What would happen?
Do you think he would step up? You know him as a person more than I.
I honestly don't know.
Right? Like he might walk away too.
I honestly don't know.
Because it happens to where that's why kids end up in foster homes or in the system, because both parents are just like, no, fuck that. Like I don't want that. And then what's crazy is their family members don't step up. Like that's what I don't understand.
They defend them. They defend.
Right.
Look, in my son's dad's defense, I don't know that man anymore. We haven't talked in years.
Like how long? Years.
My son's 15 now. The last time he saw him, my son was in 5th grade. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11.
So about 5.
11.
Yeah, he's going into 11. So about 5, 6 years that I have not talked to him.
Right.
Prior to that, we've never kept in contact. It's not like we follow each other. It's not I pretend he's dead.
Yeah.
He
might as well be.
He might as well be. He doesn't do anything for me. I don't do anything for him. I'm not that crazy baby mama.
You never took him to court for like child support or anything?
He does pay child support.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, he does pay child support.
Wait, he pays child support and doesn't see his own kid that he's paying?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is wild.
He didn't for like the first 5 years because I didn't file for it, you know, and then eventually I filed, and so he does pay child support now. I'm gonna tell you this much. It will never amount to what you actually spend as a parent, first of all. Second of all, I will always say I would much have rathered my son had a dad in his life
of course,
than the child support. You 100%. Know, like, because at the end of the day, even though my son doesn't miss it because he's got two parents, you know, he's got me and his mom, he doesn't miss it, but it's still that male figure, you know, and I think that's based off society standards too, you know, like, oh, there has to be a male figure and, you know, but I think boys can benefit from it, you know, not entirely. I don't think having a dad is a boy's whole world, but they can benefit from certain aspects of it. You know?
Like, I don't know about your son, but mine, throughout his life, he would look for that male figure to kind of not latch onto, but to look up to. And he would always look up to his dad. And see, because so, like, you listeners don't know, but like, I have 2 baby daddies. The first one was never really a part of his life. He was just like in and out. He was like that Disneyland dad that would be like, hey, you know, let's go out.
But would he stick to his words?
No.
Oh, that's even worse.
And from the get, I always told him that I am not here to remind you that you have a son. You should know that on your own. I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to remind you and say, hey, this is your son's birthday. You know, come to spend time with him. None of that. And so, but the thing is, like, so we were together for like the first year, and then we split because just things didn't work out. And then after that, I filed for child support and had him served and everything. And then he came up to me and was like, hey, you know, he gave me the pity story.
Can we work this without court?
Yes, exactly. You already know the story. And
I don't even got kids and I already know the story.
My dumb simp ass said, okay, if you promise to, yeah, of course, you know, I want to help you out too.
Because you want to give everybody the
benefit of a doubt. Yeah. So he paid the first month.
Feelings, though. That has a lot to do with feelings.
No, at that time I was done.
Oh, okay.
Completely done with him.
Because I didn't have any feelings, and I was like, no.
That's what I'm saying.
I filed. It's done.
Yeah, so back then I was just like, no, okay, I'll give you a chance, you know, because I know how it is to struggle. And so And I've seen him struggle, and I don't want him to struggle even anymore because he's his dad at the end of the day. And so he paid for like the first month. And then the second month, I had to like go looking for him to pay. The third and fourth month, I had to like, go hunt him down again. And after a while, I just got tired of it. And I was like, you know what?
Annoying.
I'm done. And so he never paid. And he thought I was cool with it. Because years later, he had another baby and called me and was complaining, was like, can you believe it? My baby mama wants me to pay her $100 a month. I said,
100?
100 ain't bad. And I think you're talking to the wrong person.
That's a pair of fucking shoes. That's it.
Yes.
That's all you're providing for your child.
That's
and
not even my phone bill.
That's all you're providing for your child. A pair of shoes. It's
nothing.
And then especially boys, they go through clothes and shoes
so
and all
quick.
that so quickly. And it's like, you guys would never. And again, it's not even financial. To me, it's like you weren't there for when he was sick. You weren't there for when he took his first steps.
You didn't have to do the sleepless nights.
See, and my son's dad blames me because I ended up moving out here when my son was super little. But it's just like I didn't have any support out there.
It's still in Cali.
Yeah.
It's in driving range.
You lived like an hour away, hour and a half.
That's not too much.
Does he drive?
It's not. Yeah, of course he drives.
It's just excuses.
It's just excuses. It was just any reason to be like, this is why I couldn't be in his
I
life.
will
Like
literally,
he legit said, like I took him away from his son.
I will
Wow.
never understand
Yeah.
parents that are like that. That like know that they have kids. Like you have kids out here in this world, and like you just act like. How do you go on your day to day, or like when you're with your friends? Like you don't get like a guilty conscience when you hear your friends talk about their kids, and it doesn't like remind you like, oh shit, I have kids.
And you know what's worse? Like for me,
or family.
What's
pictures.
worse? Right. Or for me, what's worse is when they go and start another life
with another
family,
and then they're
and they
fathers to those kids.
Yes, like better fathers too. Whereas, like, how do you do that and you don't look back at your other ones and think, oh, maybe I should rekindle that?
Well, of course they have guilt, but you're a fucking adult. Like, get over the guilt.
Kind of branch off of that though. I think a good example of that is my dad has other kids that I've never met, and I don't have any desire to get to know them. And he never took care of them. He was never in their lives. And it kind of is what it is, which is shitty because I know, for example, my son has siblings and that he doesn't get to know because his dad has kids. And you're right. Like his dad is taking care of those kids and he's not taking care of this one. And yeah, I feel the same way. Why doesn't he feel remorse? But in the same sense, I don't really feel remorse that my dad's kids grew up without their dad, so it's kind of like a double standard too. Where does it all fit in? How can I really be upset when I'm kind of doing the same thing, even though it doesn't fall on me because I didn't have those children?
I wonder but that's what I'm saying. I wonder how he feels like when he's spending time with these kids, he doesn't like think about his other kid that he just has no communication with,
And as a mom, I don't understand it because to me, I'm just like, yeah, as a mom, if my son wasn't with me, I'd be like, what is he like? What is he okay? Like, is he being taken care of?
Right.
But you also can't miss what you don't.
That's true.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind.
He doesn't have a
so
bond
he doesn't
with
have
him,
a bond with him exactly. So he doesn't feel that,
right?
In the same way that my son doesn't have a bond with his dad. So my son's not missing his dad because he never got to experience what it was to have.
He
his
never
dad.
had a relationship with the dad.
Never had a relationship with his dad ever.
Does he ever ask about him? Like to hang out?
Nah, man. Jay makes a lot of jokes though.
About his dad?
I shouldn't have said his name, but anyway.
Nickname.
I was surprised you said it.
That was his nickname.
Fuck. My son makes a lot of jokes about an absent father. Like he'll just what did he say? He'll just be like, "Oh yeah, it's missing like my dad, or it left the way my dad did," and we get a big old chuckle out of it. And I've told him.
Do you think it's like?
I have a question. For you guys after this. Keep going.
Do you think it's
no?
Okay.
I know what you're trying to ask me. No.
Wait, I don't know what you guys are trying to ask.
She's trying to ask do I think it's like he's
coping
saying
with it?
Yes, like he's saying it
it's
as a coping mechanism, and no, I absolutely don't think so.
Okay.
Jay and I have had plenty of conversations. He's invited his dad to his 5th grade graduation, which is the last time he saw him. And I've mentioned to my son, I'm just like, yo, if you ever want to get to know your dad, please do so. I am not that parent that's going to stop you. I'm not.
I hate that.
I will send you off. I will give you money. You want to go visit him? It's not like he's even far. He's 2 hours away.
What about the parent that won't let their kids see the opposite parent because they want to be with that parent and that parent doesn't want to be with them?
I can't stand that.
Wild to me.
That's so
That's
gross.
wild to me.
It's toxic.
It's like using your child as a pawn. You're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
I would never.
You're a fucking weirdo. And, I hate to say it, but a lot of the times it is the women because women are the ones that take care of the babies. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
I hear the stories a lot.
A special kind of crazy.
Well, so I'm always the person who's reminding them, hey, look, why are you doing that? Because now you are the one who is suffering in the end, right? Because, look, you can't go out. You're staying up, late with them because, they can't sleep and they're sick. Why don't you let him feel that too? And it's not just to, get him back at it, but it's more so of let him feel how it is to be a parent as well.
Wait, okay, so I have a question before I forget. You know how you guys play both roles, the mom and the dad. Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about when it's Father's Day? Do you guys expect them to be how some girls will post on their Instagram story Happy Father's Day, since
to all the moms or
to
me because I'm mom and dad.
Yes. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I like receiving it because I'm like, okay, yeah, I had to play both roles in my household, but at the same time, I don't expect it. I'm not going to post about it.
I think that shit is so cringy. I'm sorry. But again, I don't have kids.
We say Happy Father's Day to Nay, so
yeah. But that's different.
Nay's his parent,
yeah,
and they have more of a dad son type of dynamic.
But she does play the dad role.
Yeah, the dad role. So yeah, it's definitely more like that, and
it's already there.
Yeah, but yeah, I couldn't even tell you when Father's Day is. I don't celebrate it for myself. I don't celebrate it for my son. It's just not a quote unquote holiday that I even think about. Someone made a comment to us today, oh, it's on Father's Day, and I'm just like
when is
that? You know what? I always say, I'm just I can always tell when a girl has not been raised by their mom or their dad.
How?
And I hate to say that because it sounds so shitty. But I feel like sometimes when people haven't been raised with their parents, a lot of their morals are just out the window. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times they're shitty fucking people.
Yes.
Because they just weren't raised by a parent. No one's going to care for you the way a parent cares for you or takes care of you.
This is true, but there are some parents that are extremely toxic.
Exactly.
And will make the situation worse.
Who make the situation worse. Yes. That's true. You are very right about it. And in that case, they're probably better off. But I don't know. That's just me being judgmental. And I work on that actively, not being judgmental. But there are days where I'm just this bitch ain't got no mom.
That is so funny. Okay, I have something related to that. That's fucked up. Hilarious.
I might get some shit for that, but it's the truth. But it's the truth. I'm working on being judgmental, y'all. I'm working on it.
Share says oh, I know this person ain't got no mom, no dad. And I'm the opposite. I say who the fuck raised you?
I say the same shit
that all the time.
I say the same thing.
Because it's not our parents.
Yeah. I'm
it's not their parents. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So which is worse?
Both are equal. They're the same, just different wording.
I'm that person that's I was technically raised by parents, but it wasn't the greatest, and I probably might have been better off not being raised by them. But at the same time, my mom taught me a lot of stuff, but it was a very rocky relationship, and it with my dad, it still is very rocky. So I feel like I turned out okay. But that's a lot of self-work too. You know what I mean? It wasn't just, because my parents didn't teach me. They taught me a few things, but it's been a lot of self-work for me to be the person that I am today.
Mm-hmm. People don't like doing self-work. People love playing victim. I don't got time for that.
Because it's easier to point fingers somewhere else.
That's great going into what does healing look like for you guys individually when you have to go through the healing process and growing and learning? What does that look like for you?
You want to go first, Marissa?
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot.
Lately, I know. I know. Same, because it's up and down. It fluctuates. There's days where I have great fucking days. And then there's other days where I'm just fuck, everything fucking sucks. I hate this planet. I hate this world. I don't
hate it here.
Yes.
Honestly,
I fucking hate it here.
I feel like this year has been the year for me for healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Same,
real,
this past-
or not even
girl.
healing, but like putting putting the work to use.
Okay, that's good.
I swear,
I'm
like
so excited for you.
like how I said that I'm single because I cut off a relationship that really didn't need to end. It just wasn't, you know what I mean?
It
Like
wasn't
nothing,
benefiting you.
Yeah, it was like nothing negative. We didn't do anything bad to each other, but it's because I had to put my big girl pants on and I did.
That's hard too.
It was.
It's really hard. You know, to cut ties when you still have those emotions there. That's growth.
It is.
It's a lot of growth.
But also too, I'm learning from you guys.
Love that.
I'm excited.
Learning from each other.
But yeah, so I mean, do you want to continue?
No, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. I know how. Sorry.
You already started.
Shut up sometimes, though. Just kidding.
Sharon, you know we don't be quiet, okay?
We don't know how.
No, we don't.
We bounce back and forth so much.
Sharon,
No,
I'm putting
I
a pillow
love-
between us. I don't want to look at you right
Stop! I love you.
now. Okay, go. Sharon, shut up sometimes. Go, Marissa.
Dead.
It was a joke. I don't ever want you to shut up.
You guys should see me. I turned my side to her.
She had her ass to her.
She's like, time out.
When
Time
it's
out.
the guy and the girl in the car and she gets mad, so she puts her knee to the door. Was it not? Brit, shut up.
Okay, go,
I
Marissa.
will
Go.
put my titties in your face right now.
Okay, I got my phone to record. I'm ready. Go.
Like, come here, lay on my bosom. I'm sorry.
And this is what healing looks like.
She's on these soft pillows.
Oh
Oh, Lord.
my god. I can't even think right now. I forgot what I was gonna say.
What
is
healing looks like
Yeah.
for you.
So distracting.
We're always so sexual, huh?
We are. What's wrong with us?
We're comfortable with
I'm
each
like,
other.
for somebody who's celibate, I talk about sex a lot.
Maybe
Maybe that's why.
Yeah. Your girl's missing it, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm done. Marissa, what does healing look like for you?
You're not
Come on. I'm
done.
I'm
We- Pass the mic.
Thank you.
The talking stick.
Is it here?
Yes.
Okay.
The talking stick. I love it. We need that. Because we don't.
We
shut up.
wouldn't use it. We wouldn't.
We'd be fighting over it.
We're done. We're done.
Marissa will turn it into a dildo.
Oh my god. Ew. I'm not that bad. Am I?
Cheryl will be dazzled for her.
No, she would.
And we're sober, you guys.
We are so sober.
I'm so done.
Okay. Marissa, what does healing look like for you?
I mean, do people really want to hear this, or do they want to hear us continue with the talking stick, aka dildo that is
AKA
bedazzled?
Throw some glitter in that bit.
We love the glitter.
You'd definitely be dripping glitter for a while.
Oh my
Oh my god. I can't stand it sometimes. I love it.
Good times, I say.
Okay.
On that note, back to being serious.
On that note, okay. We know how to bring it back. Healing. For me,
You said you were doing a lot of self-healing this year too.
it's a huge roller coaster, for sure. It's never smooth, it's never beautiful, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. And it doesn't end there, it continues.
It's like
You know,
a never-ending
It's
journey.
a never-ending journey for sure. But every single year, I've learned to love myself more and more. And
Do you think that comes with age? Like as we get older, we get wiser?
I think it's more just experience.
Yeah.
Like
more
what we
experiences.
allow ourselves to experience. Because I could have, healed a lot faster if I knew how to before. But then now, then it's also who I surround myself with.
That's big.
That helps me to process certain things. Like the other day, I had a news and I called Share and I was like, "Can you talk?" She's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And, I vented to her and she told me exactly what I needed to hear to vent and let things out. And for some reason, I've learned that women, for some reason, need the okay to feel and process what we feel and cry and to release it out and let it go and drop it where you drop it at and walk away, you know? Like, we need that. And it feels so good because in the past, this news would have taken me like, I don't know, maybe like a week to get over, right? And so it took me like a couple of hours and I was done. You know, I talked to who I needed to talk to and then I left it there and I was done. And now I'm just like, I'm good. Like, it never happened.
You know, and that's exactly what I said to you was your feelings are valid.
Yes.
You know, feel them, go through the motions, but don't let them stay.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I needed to hear.
Don't let it take over.
Yeah, don't let it take over because I think it is so easy for us to kind of get in a hole and just really, your mind starts going in different directions and it's branching off. So then all of a sudden it's not just that issue. Now it's the 10 other issues
that you made up.
Yes. Or that you have experienced or that you've gone through in the past. Or, oh, I did this already. Or here it is.
Or what if I do this and then this happens? And it's like, you haven't even done that yet.
Right.
Yes,
it didn't happen yet. So why are you thinking
scenarios?
about it?
We start thinking of these different scenarios and it's like, girl, it's the one thing. Get it together, you know? So I get it. I get it.
And then also what you had said earlier that day, and then you reminded me, give yourself the same grace you give
Was that the
others.
text message?
Yeah.
The text message yeah.
Share, can you please pull up the text message that you sent us during the week?
I'd be more than happy to pull up
Because that was a good text message.
It sure was.
The week.
And like also knowing who to turn to in those moments.
But see, that's what I said too. Like, obviously, Marissa, you know, I've been venting to you for years. And I would always tell Marissa, like, oh, I feel so good after I talk to you.
Yeah.
But like now, both of you guys are so like, I feel like I do learn a lot from you guys, like emotionally.
I feel like it's a good balance.
It's like an emotional intelligence. Like you guys, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
No, it is.
It took a lot of experience, and we wouldn't be who we are without the experiences that we had to go through.
Oh my God, I know.
Here's what I texted. It says, I wrote, today's affirmation, I will give myself the same grace I extend to others.
So good.
Yeah.
So,
and in that alone, like, says everything.
And, you know, a lot of the times that when I share stuff, it's because it's what I'm feeling too. You know, I think it's so hard for us to be graceful towards ourselves. And it's like, why? You should love yourself
more
10
than
times
anybody
more
else.
than you're loving on anybody else, you know? And I'm just like, I love my people so hard. Why can I not love myself the same way?
That's
Right.
true.
You
I wonder
know?
why it is so hard for us to love ourselves.
It is. It is. You know, and you guys know my last year has been healing and going through that process. And it's been a lot of tears, a lot of journaling. You guys have seen it right here where I'm like, oh, everything's good. I'm doing so much better. You guys have mentioned it like, oh, you look, you're doing so much better. And then it's like 3 weeks later, it's like, I hate everything. I'm just so over it. Yeah. That's what healing is for me. It's just like you said, it's a roller coaster. It's up and downs. But for me, it's been a lot of journaling, a lot of affirmations. I stopped journaling for a while because I was like, this is not helping me. Me sitting here writing shit down and crying about it is not helping me, you know? But
I feel that.
Now, if I go back like in an old journal entry, I'm just like, oh shit, like I'm so much further than I was. Yes, at the point that I wrote this fucking shit. Yeah. Because what the fuck,
right? You read it, and you're like, who the fuck was she?
Bitch, did I read this shit?
Right.
You don't stop complaining.
Like, who the fuck is this?
Like, girl, you are that bitch. Stop. No, honestly, it's been a lot of up and downs, you know, and
coming to peace with things and leaving them and accepting them for what they are, just for your peace too.
Absolutely.
Like, it is what it is. Okay,
stop. That's my phrase of the year. Yeah. It is what it is. I catch myself saying that so often. It is what it is.
Because sometimes it really is.
Yeah. You just gotta let it go.
You gotta let it go for yourself. Yeah. You gotta accept people. That's who they are. That's what they did, and that's it.
Pretty much.
I think too, we disappoint ourselves because we expect other people. We expect ourselves out of other people, and that's just not the case.
And we hold people to a certain level or like a pedestal, but then that's not fair for them either. Because why are we holding them to something that we want them to be?
Something I love hearing is, you can't hold someone. you can't hold someone up to standards that they don't hold themselves up to.
Ooh,
that's huge.
You know, so it's just like, that is, when you really sit with that and think about it, if a person doesn't love themselves, how do you expect them to love you?
Right.
If they can't be there for themselves, how can you expect them to be there for you? You can't.
Like the same with, if they haven't put the work in, then how do you expect them to put the work in your relationship together? They're not going to, because they don't even want to put time on themselves.
Sis. Well, I don't know. I think that's it for us today. It's been lovely. I hope you guys have all enjoyed the episode. As always, you guys know you can follow us on Instagram and listen to us on Spotify and Amazon Music. We are currently working on getting on Apple Music, so cross your fingers for us. Stay tuned. Thank you for listening to another episode of
Real Unladylike.
Bye.
Bye.